What is going on, champs? It is your boy Shinryu, and it is time for another DC Dark Legion video. Okay, today's going to be a different kind of video. I've been playing this game for at least a week now, and I've actually had some regrets along the way, as well as some discoveries that I'm going to share with you guys, so that you guys who are either new or at least within the game can avoid these errors, or at least can correct these errors if you're already making the mistakes. Okay, they're pretty much going to be about 11 in total. I'm going to try my best to go through them as brief as possible, so I'm going to be pausing in between as I jump to whatever part matters, unless I can access the screen directly, or it doesn't take long to load to get to the next screen. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one. The first one is with regards to leveling characters. Obviously, when you're new, you're going to have one or a few characters, and you might find yourself having characters that may also include the likes of this generic characters, or like the police and all that kind of stuff, like the patrolman and all that kind of stuff, sheer squad, artists, whatever. What you want to do is you want to select 5 characters that you want to you want to level up, and stop at 5. Do not go beyond 5 characters. It's not really going to pay you guys much. Obviously, you would have your chance to sort of correct those 5 characters, so you can go for any 5 for now, as long as you're hitting 5. Make sure you just kind of stop to 5. The reason why is because once you hit 5, all right, you are able to sort of like do this level sync, and then you can add additional characters to the list of the 5 that you have right now, and then those characters can actually level up to match your lowest character. Okay, that way you're not wasting resources. You can actually boost your original 5 as quickly as possible, and you can obviously maximize the resources that you do have. So if you do beyond that, you're going to be wasting the resources on the other characters, and if you actually make a mistake of hitting over 70, then you're not going to be able to retrieve it back. That's going to be my second point here. Okay, so now the second point right now that you want to avoid, we see in this here, is when it comes to your champions. Do not max out a character, especially when it's over 70. You want to go and max them out one level at a time, right? You don't want to go right ahead and start putting all your eggs on basket. Remember when I talked about Batman being unleashed? I was so excited about the character. I said I was going to just max him out, and I did do that. I maxed out Batman to 40 as much as I could, but the other characters kind of like suffered as a result, meaning they were lower levels, and if I was facing other bosses of higher levels, Batman will survive for a bit. They will take out the other characters, and eventually, because Batman is also a close quarter combat character, he would also get beat in the process, and then you kind of miss on the whole point. You want to have a balanced strength across the board. I would have done a reset and just shared the resources across. As you can see, there is 39, there is 38 as well. But because I know I'm kind of close, I'm just going to just let this pass. But once I hit 41 and above, I'm going to make sure that I am not just tossing everything at once. I'm going to go one level at a time. So you want to go, for example, you hit Aquaman, you push him to 39 right now. Wonder Woman 39. I have Catwoman as next on the list, so I can now go right ahead and just hit her 39, and I can go to Mera, and then hit her to 39 as well. But right now I need to get more experience to actually push that, but she's next right now, and after that I can now go 40 all across the board. And you can see here 38 is the next. All these blue ones are the ones that kind of like have been linked, and they are matching the lowest characters. So that's another thing. You want to make sure that you have flexibility to cards that are bringing in and out, so you want to be doing that with the leveling right there. Okay, so make sure you don't go right ahead, and if you do it above 70, as you can see right here, let's go to the details here. You can actually recover your resources back, but once you hit level 70, you're not going to get the recovery for free. I don't know if you're even going to be able to get it at all, or you're going to get at a cost, but you want to avoid that. So once you start doing, now that you guys know about this, if you haven't hit 70 yet, you can go across the globe. If you have hit 70, chances are that you either have been playing this for a bit during early beta phases, which I kind of missed out on, as well as maybe you kind of like spending in the game, and that means you probably have more resources to kind of spend on other characters. So just trying to avoid that, okay, especially if you're free to play. The next one I want to talk about is when it comes to upgrading. Once you look at your base, you're going to see there's tons of stuff that you have to upgrade. It's going to be just all over your face everywhere. You don't know what to do right now. What you want to do is you want to actually upgrade based on the mission here, and there's going to be 2 or 3 aspects that you're going to go through when it comes to these missions, and it's also going to tie into one of the other things I'm going to tell you to pay attention to, okay, which is First of all, if you go over here, it tells you to upgrade this. This is for you to upgrade this. It's gonna for you to get armor to 10. You need to upgrade, for example, the armory. You need to get to a certain level, and this is why this is being upgraded right now. And it's just going to keep telling you what you need to go to, because war room is one of the most important things you need to upgrade. But as you're trying to upgrade that spot, you're going to be having to upgrade other things not to push that up. Maybe it's the war room, maybe it's the treasury, you know, whatever kind of stuff they have out there. But you want to make sure that you are actually upgrading based on that. The other way you want to actually upgrade, which is also my fourth point, is you want to make sure you're paying attention to this bat signal here and the event. Obviously, if you randomly kind of complete the missions that it requests, you're going to get like this asterisk that you can see over here, or rather this exclamation that you can see over here, and you're going to be able to collect your reward. If you go to the event right now, there are I didn't click it right. If you go to the event right now, there are missions you can actually do. You can do this if you want to follow through. You can follow this as well. If you have, this is also ways you can actually get all these rewards. And when you get all this, you're going to be checking marks. You're going to be unlocking this nice rewards here. And this is how you're going to be getting that T-Jet that you can actually get over at this point here. So if you look over here, this is the T-Jet right here. You know, to unlock it, you have to go through the missions there. For this one's here, let's see, specific card on my own. It says we're on level 12 right now, or rather level 12 is going to get us this, but you can also unlock it there. I don't know if when you get level 12 it gets unlocked immediately or it just gets accessible for you to collect. We're going to definitely see that because everything else is still new, but right now, like I said before, you want to pay attention to the events as also a guide to what you upgrade, and also the bat signal as well, because this is one of the best you can get your character as soon as possible. We have flash collect, and obviously right now I've already collected Aquaman. This is how I got him through these missions here. Okay, and you can see here it says level up 5 champions in level 40. That's where we're at right now. Once I do that, we get another of this, you know, I think they call them planetary energy keys. And yeah, just want to, that's your guide as to how you want to level up your base. Do not rush and do not just be eager to just rush everything. Okay, now the next bit that I want to refer to now is when it comes to forging. Okay, you can see right now, you guys can see that my forging is pretty idle. Okay, you want to only forge what you need because these resources, they do get exhausted pretty quickly. All right, and right now, as you can see here, this requires 10 for you to synthesize and forge. This one here requires 30. As you go higher, it's going to require more or different stuff. This one requires something different here. I think I might, do I need one more of these? I need to check in a bit. And then of course you have this ones here that are not locked yet. So based on this right now, you can see that there are several things, resources that you need to actually make sure you can actually forge these things, and they become more and more expensive to use. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not just using up because you want to make sure that your forge is active, you're just forging things. You're going to require it eventually, and I don't think you can actually recoup all this resource, especially this you know, cellular restorative blah 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 stuff right there. Okay, so make sure that you only, once you have it, even if they're not to create right now, it's all fine. What you need to just keep sure that you're mining all this other stuff that you need, and once you need to forge again, they'll be available. And yeah, the next thing I want to talk about here, let's just go right here to the map. I'm just going to pause real quick so I can actually get us the map real quick. And yeah, one more to when it comes to actually forging items, if there's going to be one item that I would recommend that you guys actually forge as often as possible, that item is going to be anything that you can use to upgrade these cards here. They're typically called, you know, the legacies or whatever, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, and you can definitely see several one of them, because you can obviously, you know, attach each of them to several heroes, and you don't have the link option for this, at least not that I'm aware of anyways. You can always, you know, you can always, let's look for the card here real quick. Well, I won't need it, you won't have that anymore, but you can always forge these items. All right, this is the one item that I would probably recommend that you forge, because typically the more, at least you want to forge your first 5, and you might want to forge your spare, because each one of these cards work differently on different characters. My way of actually trying to boost my characters are in terms of gear as well as in terms of and these legacy cards is I want to focus on their main strength. So I do have a lineup here. I'm going to talk about this at the very end of the video. So it's going to be a bonus real quick here. All right. Actually, maybe I'll just make it a different video because this might actually be a long video on its own. So like I mentioned before, that will be the one thing I will tell you guys to actually forge. All right. And it's right here. It is pretty much, you can add more if you want. Is this plus alloy V1? That's what you want to actually continue to forge, and you can do the V2 as well, because when you want to upgrade beyond 20, you're going to need a V2 version to actually upgrade that, and those cards don't have a limit. Okay, now going on to the next one here that wouldn't require me to do any changes yet until maybe towards the end is when it comes to being idle, you don't want certain resources to just be idle and doing nothing. There's one resource that's very easy for you to sleep on. These resources here, make sure that you are using it and not letting it max out here and stay, empty. These ones here you're going to find you're using quite often, but of course when you have like a league, you're going to obviously have people help me out and also shortening your development times. And I do have special stuff to see as well. Okay, and of course before I actually go into these stubs here, I also want to talk about the tickets you're going to use when it comes to these battles over here. Don't these tickets, this one's refresh daily. This one's here, they typically would actually, let's just go ahead and let's do a battle while I speak here. This one's would typically exhaust while you are actually playing these games, and then they will sort of like regenerate over time. So this one's here, you don't want to waste until actually get to the fullest. Of course, if it gets full, you can kind of go bam, rush everything right away. If you don't want to do that, the alternative is to actually make sure that at least you're using as much as possible. You can leave some if you're actually having troubles upgrading, obviously, once you level up your heroes, and of course you can make progress. You can see right now, I am, even though I do have like a higher level across these heroes, I am getting beat. Okay, so what you probably want to do whenever you have situations like that is that might be time for you to actually go manual. It doesn't guarantee victory, but it helps your cause. So I'm going to try and go manual right now, that way we can control how we actually attack. And I'm going to switch away from auto, put it on 1-star so I can actually aim my attacks properly. All right, so one of the most dangerous characters are the range characters, okay, because they can stay there, and if you don't have as much damage dealing characters where you're being surrounded, you can actually go into a lot of trouble. So you try your best to actually use those range characters as few as possible, and if you have someone like Arrow, for example, you can do that extra damage right there. Of course, if you have Heritage, you can try and heal before you actually run out of health. That way, the more close quarter combat characters you do have, the quicker you can actually take down those opponents when you go in groups. We already lost Wonder Woman and probably close to losing Batman as well. This mode can be pretty tough, and now we only have Arrow left, and somehow these guys are like surviving. I'm guessing maybe someone is getting some health regen. There's a lot of shield regen as well. Where's he's already gone, so we're definitely not going to win this one. But just sometime, this is going to be, obviously I'm going to do some more review here. Somehow we do have like 5 that kind of survived, which is kind of crazy, but we're going to proceed further beyond that. Just make sure that you're using all these resources, you're not letting them lie to waste. Otherwise, once the day starts again, once the next day starts, you're going to be losing these 5 free tickets like I did yesterday. All right, and this is pretty much for like PvP arena where you get some ranking. I don't know what rewards are like yet. I actually haven't checked, but that's a very different story entirely. Now, the other thing I actually want to recommend as well is when it comes to these resources that you see all lying around here, you want to make sure that you're collecting them. Okay, when you see it like this, you've maxed out what you're going to get, and it's not going to develop anymore. Obviously, this one is a forge, so I know that I'm not too worried because this one I actually have to activate it manually. But over here, you're going to see if you just don't touch it all the time, eventually it will just max out, and then based on your level, and you're not going to get anything else going anymore, right? So whenever you just have a chance, if you're within the base, whenever you have to go to the base, just go around, collect whatever you have. Doesn't matter if you're trying to stack it up. Eventually when you have some serious downtime, you have enough slots to accumulate extra. But if you're just letting it lay down, you're like, you know what, I want it to max out, you'll probably forget, and then you'll not be collecting more resources. And then when it comes to level up your champions, it's going to be a bit more of a chore to get those done. So you want to keep that in mind as well. What else do I actually have to say? Yeah, this one is going to be quite controversial, and the only reason why this is actually a situation is because it is quite early. I believe it's only accessible to Android users for now, the game, and also I think it's also just region based because it's early access, so they haven't kind of gone everywhere. But then with the recent reveal of the game on IGN and other gaming platforms as well, and giving covering media as well, I think it might eventually become available to everyone. However, when it comes to league, when you start, you're going to get the situation that you actually are going to be able to create a league. My recommendation, guys, is to not create a league. Okay, when you want to create a league, you're going to need to use 500 of these resources. I can't remember the names off my head right now. I think it's this. Let's look for we can actually see the stones. Where are you? And it's okay, they're just gems right here. Okay, you're going to need 500 of them to actually get the stuff done. I'm not trying to purchase any gem at all, but you're going to need 500 to get this stuff done. Okay, and if you go right ahead and get it created, a lot of people right now are looking for existing leagues. And these leagues, if you are kind of like really stacked up right now, for me, I was looking to create a new league where you can have people, Uniform Minds, Creator, whatever, and obviously, hopefully, eventually have league. And I was willing to sacrifice my 500, but if I had known this earlier, I probably would have I probably wouldn't have done it. And right now, because I already have used my 500, it's going to seem kind of funny leaving the league. I know eventually people are going to join, because I'm still fresh here as well. The league is just about nightly. We have a new member today. Shout out to our new member in Mate Nia. I just gotta make Nia because of number 8, or maybe he's supposed to be a different letter, whatever. But shout out to him for joining the league. If you guys new as well watching this video, you don't have a league yet, or you're just down the game, look out for this league. It's called War Tower 2. That's the current War Tower that's available for Justice League. Join it, have fun. And then eventually, once you're quite productive, you can start going for raids and stuff. Okay. Then otherwise, if you want to create the league, I'm not stopping you guys from creating a league. However, you're just going to realize that it's going to be for a bit that you may start to build things up. Best way for you to create a league is if, for example, you already have like a faction. Maybe you already have like maybe you're a creator, you have a Discord group, or you have friends who are actually in the game, so you guys just want to go in there. But you guys can still work around it and still join an existing group as well. Of course, one of the top high tier groups right now, we'll probably have just one or a few slots left. Of course, these groups can actually be expanded over time. But sometimes you want to be part of the founders, so it makes sense to also join existing groups that are still growing, like my group, for example. That's my little campaign right there, but it doesn't matter anyways. What else do I actually want to touch base on? Planetary and Ori energy keys. Okay, what are these keys? These are these stuffs right here, right? Okay, we actually went to the wrong spot. We need to go to the mother box here. So these are these keys right here. This is the planetary one. This is the Orrery energy keys. Then we have the Chaos energy keys. We have the Order energy keys, and then we have the Divine. Now, if you look, as you can see over there, this one says 3-star champion. That's typically what you may unlock. Okay, then you have 4-star champion, and then that you may unlock with this. Then you have 5-star champion that you may unlock with this, and then of course you have 5-star, and I think it's just more likely as it goes higher, because this is more valuable than this. Of course, this is most valuable. Okay, now based on the sense of value, they are as scarce as they look. Right now, what I typically recommend is if you ever go through, for example, these mode here, every time you clear like 10, you're going to get 3 of these. My recommendation is when it comes to, and then of course when it comes to the planetary energy keys, this ones you can find almost everywhere. One of the easiest places to search is going to be while you're in the streets doing your stuff. Sometimes it just pop up here whenever this kind of fills up. What I always recommend is what I do is I decode it whenever it's 10. That's why you can see it right now. I'm X9 right now. This one here I can decode when it's 7 or 10. I typically want to try 10 right now, because as you guys know, when it comes to this, so in a lot of these games, a lot of them favor you to have a higher chance of drawing better, better, outcomes whenever you decode in bulk. Now, there are some places where you can actually decode in bulk. There's a number. This is one of such place. If you have 6, you decode 6. You have 9, you decode 9. You have 2, you decode 2. As much once you have more than one, you can't choose how many you want to decode. You just can't decode as much. So if you want to decode one at a time, you want to decode it right away. And then whenever you do decode and you fill up these numbers, they would either ones with these mother boxes would either remain, for example, right now we do have this chaos energy. It can remain chaos energy, or it can switch to a planetary one, or it can switch to the divine energy. Whichever one it switches to, they do have their caps, and of course the lesser it is, the lower the cap is. I'm hoping I can actually I should be able to get 10 during these videos. I can actually show you how this actually works. This is going to be one of my longer videos for this game itself. So like I said, my recommendation is minimum 7 for these two. For every other one, you can go 5 or 3 with this, and this one here, you can just, depending on your need, you can go as soon as possible, because if you go as soon as possible, you would definitely bring more of these numbers and you'll be able to switch to the next one. For me right now, because I already have quite a decent amount of heroes, I want to see what I can do to stacking this up to at least 5. Same with this one, maybe this one at least 3, if not 5, because this is one the toughest to actually stack up. All right, and this one's quite decent, but not whatever. This one's like, there's a steady way to stack them up. This one extremely easy to stack this up. So this one, if I don't have 10, I don't pull at all. I'll definitely pull one soon enough. But let's go to the next level, because there's going to be a mode that's going to eventually get me to having to pull one of these resources, and I'll show you one of the most likely places to actually get it. If this one actually gives us one, that would have been great, but it doesn't give us anyways. This every 5 minutes you're going to get something out there. Okay, and when I was talking about resources, I forgot to mention the speed up ones here. Okay, like obviously you don't want it to lay in waste when you're close to 32. You want to use it. What I recommend, however, is that when you very start the game, as long as you're 6 minutes and slightly above, 6, 12, 18, 24, anything less than an hour, and you want to go to exhausting it as close as possible to not letting the last remainder be less than 6 minutes. Okay, so for example, maybe the last minute is going to be 5 minutes. Let that 5 minutes run right out, wasting it because you're just too eager to wait, because these stuff do take time to actually build up. Okay, but and then if you have stuff like this, like stuff that has several hours, and you want to speed it up, right, you can use 14. I know you're going to get it to an hour. Don't waste it on several hour stuff, because it's going to take time for you, and before you know, you might be away from the game, and the idle time when you could have actually saved and used on something else, you probably wouldn't. But then little stuff like that might actually come in eventually, and maybe things on lower levels that you might just need to upgrade real quick. For example, like this forge, if I have the chance to upgrade the forge, right, it's going to take 49 minutes. Obviously I can't do this right now because it has to be finished, but when it's done, I can upgrade it forward. I can be done, because it's 48, 6 and 8. I choose 8 of the forge, and then I can only have a minute for it to sort of like exhaust, or I can go 7 and just give like some 7 extra minutes for it to actually go through, that kind of stuff. Those are the things you want to make sure that you're micromanaging this stuff. Okay, and eventually, of course, once the guild gets higher, or if you're in a great guild already, then you're going to obviously get help from other people to actually help you boost your whatever as well. I was in a default guild before, but I didn't like to be in that default guild. I wanted just I was in a unique guild, and I did create one, as you guys know. 500, that's what's going to cost for the gems. Be mindful right now, because there are many people that are joining at the moment. Okay, so the other thing, again, you want to pay attention to the bat signal on the event missions. I don't know if I've taught this before, but whenever you do get all these these exclamations here or there, it means you have stuff to pick up. Pretty much go for it, and of course, once you go for it, pick them up. But more importantly, you can also use as a guide. Right now you can see here, after level 5 champions get 40, and that's going to give me this one as well. And of course, if you clear whatever is the current one, that's 10 of 11 here, I'll get all these shards here. Okay, all these rewards right there. Same with the event, you can also follow this little by little, and as you continue to collect this in 10s, you unlock this and this, and I'll continue to keep on unlocking stuff. There you go. But you want to make sure that you're not sleeping on those. If you're misguided for the events and the battles, you're going to chances that if you're just doing the right missions, you're going to be clearing these things anyways. But otherwise, if for example you have nothing to do with regards to this other stuff there, just follow the missions. Good guide for you guys, and you can easily find what you're trying to get. Okay, now what else do we have? I'm trying to see. Let's see. All right, so now do you want to get to the map yet? Okay, so we've talked about the speed ups. We're going to talk about your captain before we go into the map. Okay, now when it comes to choosing your captain, you have to decide who you want the captain to be. You know, you can use sentiments, but sometimes you want to use strategy as well. Obviously, you guys know that most of the time I typically heavily based on sentiments. But if you look at these details here, these actually matter. So whenever you are selecting your characters, everyone is going to be able to use their ultimate, but only the captains can use their specials, okay, their skill moves. All right, now some of them are, you know, they're more like effects that the character has rather than the skill move. So like Batman, for example, this is an effect. As you can see here, you have 10%. He has a fixed 10% chance to dodge basic attacks and throw batarangs to the attacker, dealing physical damage equal to this of his attack while stunning the attacker 1.5 seconds. This is just pretty much triggery in a way. And then of course this last one here is just that, you know what, you have Justice League members present, you're going to start getting all this boost around you. Okay, that's all that is. This is the only move that you can actually trigger actively. For Wonder Woman, let's use Aquaman. I think for Aquaman you can actually use this move. I think is, let's just showcase them, okay, so that way it's easier for you to see. But I know Wonder Woman you can at least use 2 of them. I don't know if you can use 3 because I actually have her in a higher level right now. So we're going to go over to the sun here and see if we can actually try and take on one of these guys here. I'm going to change the captain from Batman. You guys have already seen Batman with just one move here. We're going to use Wonder Woman as the current captain right now, and then we're going to put Batman in front. And if we hit the 5 button, you're going to see that she has 2 moves that you can select from. Okay, and these 2 moves are obviously moves that you can actually use to do some, you know, let's see, I'm trying to see, is this what's this supposed to do? Oh, you can give your people shield, which is pretty cool. So let's give Batman some shield because Batman needs that a lot. And now let's see what can we do with the lasso. Lasso is more damage, so we're going to attack this person here. You can use Batman, trying to do some AoE here. Use Aquaman, do some AoE as well. Use Hera, somebody needs some healing. Where's Batman? Batman, I know you were losing a bit of health. You probably wandered all the way to the front, eh? It still looks like it's alive, right? He's still colored. I'm trying to find Batman, guys. There he is. Oh, he's probably up in the air because he's doing a special. Let's use somebody else then. No, let's just use Wonder Woman. And can Aquaman join the mix? Aquaman is almost filled up. Just going to do Wonder Woman for now. Batman's going out of the range. And then of course we're going to go right ahead and use Arrow to do stuff. Wonder Woman can do some more stuff. Alright, but the whole point is that you can actually get more depending on the captain. Some people are better captains than others. Batman, because he's a loner, he's going to be doing most stuff to boost himself. Some other people will help the team. As you can see, like Wonder Woman, for example, would be able to provide shield for people around her to protect. And then of course you can also do some damage with the lasso too. Let's go ahead and just put this person. And oh, Wonder Woman is falling. So, and I think we lost a couple of people too. And this is pretty much a very, very difficult level. But you can see we did some improvement because we changed our captain. And then if we go right ahead and try and choose another captain again, let's move Wonder Woman this time, and let's try and use Takura as a captain. For some reason I recommended Wonder Woman. If we select start, Aquaman has 2 as well. Okay, the first one, let's see what it does. It looks like it's a damage dealing attack. We're going to use that. The second one is also damage as well, so you can do different damage, but you can use the damage to support your people around you. Like I said, Batman, as much as I like him so far, I'm letting that he's special is more or less just boost himself. So that's why you only have just 1 attack you can use. And honestly, the best thing is you want to take out all the other minions as quickly as possible so that you can have less people to contend with. That's typically the strategy in most cases. It's going to see if Batman can take out more people again. Let's have Wonder Woman help too. I don't know if I'm wasting it by going back to back on attack, but I just want to make sure that we're taking all these folks out. Go right ahead and do that. This as well. Come on, Arrow. Looks like we're making some better progress here, but we're okay. Here we go. We can take somebody out here. This is someone with some little health. Who is the guy with little health? There's someone with little health here. Let's just take this one out here because Batman is gone. Oh, that spells trouble. Let's see if we can take these guys out. Okay, we've lost 2 heroes so far. Hera, who you gonna heal? Where are we do it? No, Aquaman is still here. Yeah, let's just give him some healing, whatever. He's up. Okay, we should be able to win this battle. We're definitely gonna win this one. So you can see here, different captains, different influences, and of course, as usual, whenever you do win, you're gonna get planetary rewards. So now we have a chance to pull, and if you look over here, in the end, we did our 10 out of 10. We get our 3 as well. So we currently have 9 in that case there. So we're gonna go back here, okay, and because we have like a long, we have these numbers completed here. We can obviously try and do our pulls right now with code 10. All right, like I said, for the blue 9, 10 is in as well. You see, now you get some shards here. Sometimes if you just decode 1, you can be lucky. Like I said, I just prefer to just do a bulk decode. So let's do a decode as well for this one, and that should give us at least more units to fill up the purple. You can see we get a patrolman. Although we do already have it, so he's going to get converted shards. This also, we have this converted shard as well, and again you get more units of other units as well, because obviously we're doing a multiple. So that was pretty much not a bad result. So now that we've actually finished that, we can go right ahead and just tap this purple, and once you tap the purple, it will switch to the next one. Right, you can see it switch to yellow. I think we have enough for yellow. It's going to pick that up, and then now we can actually do red. So we're getting more progress here. Like I said, purple, I'm hoping I can get to 5 actually make a pull, because I never pulled a large sum before, and I want to see how that actually results with regards to the pull. Now we can go into the map and go into the streets, because there's a few things we want to discuss. Okay, the first one is whenever you go to a city, right? Let's go over here. I'm trying to go to the actual city itself. We can't find it. Okay, let's try going to this one here. So this is what it's going to be like if you start a new city. You're going to enter the city. All right, you're going to have the default location, okay, where everything happens, and where you can actually go right ahead and do your operations and attack and do your stuff. Now once you complete this, it doesn't mean that's at the end and you just go on to the next one. What's going to happen is that the city is not going to break up like this map. You can see here, this one don't look broken up yet, although you have to go into it. You can see it's all locked, but this one, now that I've finished that, it's unlocked. This one right now is one I'm making progress in. I believe I'm somewhere in Glara. Let's just go to Glara for now. And once you unlock that, then you will now have to activate the location. Maybe I've done this already, because this is going to be the next bit. This bit is very, very important. Okay, this next tip I'm about to give here. Let's just go back. I'm going to go back here, and yeah, this is definitely a popcorn moment kind of video right now. Breaking record with regards to my time, but we're almost done, guys. Maybe this should have been a part 1, part 2 session. All right, maybe that's what we would try and do. Maybe I'm gonna split video and see if I can actually find. I don't know. I'll just leave like one large video, but next time I'm gonna be maybe making it in several parts, so that way you guys don't just have too many information dumped in. All right, I'll try and put some timestamps as well, to see for you guys to track each of these in recommendations. But let's go back to what I was trying to discuss here. Okay, let's go into a different part of the map, because I think we're done with that level. So let's go to Western. Okay, so we go to Western. So what's going to happen is whenever you go into the deep map, you're going to now see everywhere is dark. You're going to have to activate this, and you're going to see the activation logo spot by looking at for this signal here, the safe house. And once you activate it, then everywhere just kind of clears out, and then now you can now see whoever is there. But then your whatever you explored would not be visible until once you've explored it. Now if you go around, here's the part that is going to be tricky. Okay, I want to look for a particular kind of while you can attack these and raid for whatever. Whenever you see this stuff, take your chance and do it right away. But because of and it's kind of easy most of the time, especially if you advance in levels, you can just go right ahead and just go in auto. All right, and you can increase the speed to times 2, and then finish up real quick, and you're going to get that free planetary whatever. This is where I'm talking about, that is one of the easiest ways to get the planetary stuffs. Okay, you're going to go right ahead, and then you're going to see this box here. You tap on it, and then you're going to get your planetary key. Okay, now what I wanted to actually discuss here real quick is, as you move around, there are hidden boxes. Okay, now this is the second tip right here. Okay, so this guy here, you want to avoid facing them. So whenever, oh, come on, oh, I took. Whenever you see that, this is what happens if you don't tap it on time. Whenever you see that, sword, the attack button, attack it right away, and you're gonna collect the reward and sneak out. I think I mentioned this before in the previous video, but you're gonna see what I'm talking about here. Okay, watch out for the reward I'm gonna get once this game is done. Okay, and this is me spending what? We're gonna see how long the battle took. We don't have time to probably close to a minute. That's how long the battle took. But if you do this instead, okay, look at this guy right here. All right, and you just tap that, boom, you get the same reward too. Nice to see, and you don't have to go through the battle. You can do that for this guy as well. Okay, and the thing is, this is how you know if you've cleared this guy's. You got to be careful. You can always run if they are approaching you. Okay, if they're slipping to you, can approach from the front. For some reason, you guys not making me go ahead of him. Okay, go. Tap that, tap. Here we go, and then we get that. Now, here's the last bit I'm trying to so this guy's slipping right now, but I don't want to risk facing him up front. I'm going to stay a bit. Sometimes if they catch you, look at this. If it says you can run, you can still run. You can try and dodge them. Oh, but I was too slow, because that's one thing about this game right now. The map is very, very weird in that the edges, you can't actually see the real edges, and then these bad guys actually get to the extreme edge, so it can be quite frustrating sometimes when it comes to the map. But you can still run from them. I just was at the edge and didn't realize I was at the edge, so they caught up with me. But then 960, like I said before, is the same reward. If you want big time, you can see right now we're at the edge, so the edge can be quite tricky as well. But otherwise, you can pick up experiences here too. But here, there's one thing. This one here, I need to find something. Okay, the good thing is that once you've actually explored the location, the place brightens up, and then it never gets dark anymore, and then you've been there before. Okay, but we're trying to do something right now. I want to show you something quite important. I should have assassinated that guy, but you see that? So you see this box here? This box is very important. Okay, if I decide to go past the box, but I'm scrolling away like this, I'm not going to see the box, because the box is not going to stay unhidden once you find it for the first time. It just comes and goes. So you want to make sure that whenever you're moving, you're always within range. You're going to get a planetary energy as well. Make sure that whenever you're moving, don't scroll, take the screen away, that you don't see the box, because you might be tempted to do this and go all the way far and just do this because you're trying to rush somewhere. No, you got to be patient. You got to follow that path, because there are going to be secret things to pick up along the way, and you don't want to miss out on those secret whatever, because trust me, once you've gone through the entirety of the map, you see there's under secret stash again. Once you've gone through the entirety of the map, you don't want to start going through every single street to make sure that you actually have picked up all the secret stuffs as well. It's not worth it. So you want to make sure that you actually, let's just go around. No. Okay, you were slipping, but I'll go around instead. Okay, just stop here, stop back. Oh, here we go. Yeah, sometimes they're very slick, and when they're running crew, and then you can't run away. But most of the time, in the end, it's you get fired upon of the battle. It's just that these are not the battles you want to always go for. You want to go for the ones based on missions. You still get your reward, your 960 cash, depending on whatever level you're at. But as I showed you guys before, you can easily avoid it by just doing that. 960, pop right there. Okay, now you can see the events has popped up again. Always go right here, pick up whatever stuff you've gotten, get that extra one level. Of course, you need to get to get to this next stuff there. So that is the last stuff I wanted to discuss. And I think there's one more thing. Okay, yeah, we discussed it. Clear the mini maps as well. And of course, last but not the least, whenever you're scrolling around, don't do this. Don't do this. Yeah, you're in a hurry. You want to rush. You want to go to this place. Don't do that. You never know what secret location you might have just passed by, right? We just did some major skipping because I was trying to explain what you shouldn't do. But what you want to do is just stuff like this. Make sure you can actually see the entire globe itself. All right, and go around. Make sure you can see it. Make sure you are, and there you go. See, we nearly missed one secret. That's what happens if you're too quick. So that is the last piece of you know suggestion that I have. If I discover more, guys, I'll let you know for sure. This is my longest video in a while. I hope you guys enjoy. Grab some popcorns, grab something that you actually like to eat, whatever. Just enjoy the video. It's fun. Most importantly, you get to enjoy how you can actually do stops and avoid doing stops. Otherwise, guys, it's been your boy Shin Ryu. Thanks for tuning in to this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like the video for me. It actually helps make sure that more people actually have access to these videos as well. Most important, turn on the notification bell, especially for DC Dark Legion, because I don't have any other ways to share this video apart from you guys knowing that it's been uploaded. Thanks to you guys who actually already have the notification bells on done. I already see you guys well. Appreciate you all. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.